The workflow is a very nice and powerful feature in Ansible Tower. So what is a workflow? Well, a workflow template is used to run multiple job templates in a sequence. And using workflows makes it easier to work with playbooks, which are in a job template, that are provided from different teams. So you can easily create, well, a workflow. In a workflow, complex relations between jobs can be defined. And in these relations, the next job is started depending on the result of the previous job. And if the previous job failed, you can start an alternative job as well. So in a workflow, you will define on success or on failure, or always to define the relations between job number 1 and job number 2. Before creating a workflow, you do need to create a workflow template. And that is because workflows depend on the workflow templates, and the workflow templates is, well, the foundation. And after defining the workflow job template, the workflow visualizer is used to define the actual workflow. Workflows is typically something that you need to take half an hour for to play and get a sense of how it is used. It's not really difficult, but you need to have done it. Let me demonstrate. All right, to start with, I want to show you what's going on in the YAML files that we are going to use. So the course Git repository for everything related to Tower is Tower. So I need to do a git clone. Well, I like to have it local. So let me do a git clone, https://github.com/sandervanvugt/tower. And then we have this Tower directory. And in the Tower directory, we see a playbook, install something, remove something. That is what I want to work with. So in install something, we have what? Well, install, run, and enable something. Hey, that's a variable, so we need to make sure that the variable is set. On hosts all, task, name install something, package is something, and service is something as well. That's a pretty straightforward playbook. And remove something, that is going to do the same, but in the other way around. So it is going to remove it. I don't know if it really makes a lot of sense. But let's create a dependency relation between the two of them in a workflow. So to start with, we need to make sure that our project, I still have my project, and I need to check my project. And my project, as you can see, is using the SCM URL github.com/sandervanvugt-tower. So that's okay. So I am going to the templates. And I am using plus to create the first job template. Again, a workflow template is a collection of jobs, so you always start with the jobs. So create something is what I'm going to use. And in create something, the job type is run. The inventory is my inventory. The project is my project. And then we can see the playbook, and in the playbook I am going to use install something. So there we go, install something. We need credentials as well to run it. You always need credentials, so my credentials is what I'm going to use. And the rest of it, we don't really need it. There's no need for a verbosity or anything like that. So let's click save. That's job number 1. Now back to the templates. You can see create something has been added to the list. That's what I was expecting. I need another job template, and that will be remove something. This is basically the same thing. So job type is set to run. The inventory is going to be my inventory. The project, my project. This all is referring to the stuff that we've done in lesson 4 in this course. And then we have remove something. So still we need credentials. And all else is okay, so we can save. Next, the real thing is going to start. I'm getting back to the templates and I'm clicking the plus. And while clicking the plus, this time it will be a workflow template. So my workflow, or whatever you want to call it, And what are we going to do in my workflow? So I am just going to start by clicking Save. This is one of these resources that you first need to save to the configuration before you can do anything. And now we are in the workflow visualizer. And in the workflow visualizer, so it leaves not much choice what we are going to do. I am going to use Start. And in Start, we can see the different templates, and the template that I'm going to use is Create Something. So Create Something will use Run always. So I'm just going to select. And well, I'm not done. I need to continue from Create Something. You can see JT. JT is a job template. There is a plus. There is the blue thing. I don't even know what it is. There is the X. The plus is on success. The blue thing is always. The red thing is on failure. So I am going to add the plus, and I am going to use Remove Something. Here you can see that it has already selected the option that we want to use. We want to run this guy on success. There we go. So here I'm done with this very simple thing, and I am going to save it. Of course, you need a little bit of creativity to create a workflow that really makes sense. Now, in this workflow, we are working with a variable, so the variable something. And I can provide that as an extra variable, but really this extra variable is not a very nice way. So I'm going to add a survey. What do you want to install? Enter the name of a package as it is known in the repositories. And answer variable name, well, something. And the answer type is just text. Minimum length, well, we need a minimum length. Packages at least have 2 bytes in their name. Default answer doesn't make so much sense to provide a default answer. We do need it to be required. So there we go, and I'm going to save. And what else can we do? Well, you can assign anything you like. So permissions, if you want additional users to be able to run this template. Hey, Linda can use it. There we go. Linda is allowed to use it with execute permissions, and that makes it Linda can use it as well. You can set notifications if you want to. So notifications on start and on success. Do whatever you want to do to create this job template. Let's get back. Let's go to save. And then let's launch it and see what is going to happen. So here we see the survey prompt. So I need to install a package. Let's do nmap. No, the package was more like a service. So let's do HTTPD. I know that's boring. It's probably already installed, but that doesn't make sense. Here we can see that it is set as an extra variable. That's okay. I'm clicking launch. To run it, and that is going to bring us through it. So we can see, oh no, failed. No error handling paths found. Marking workflow as failed. Now we can click on the sign here to get more information. This information is not really very useful, but there's no error handling paths were found. Marking workflow as failed. What is that? Can we expand to get more information? We don't really get any more information here. Oh, here is the details, and on the details we can see what is going on. So what is going on? Well, install HTTPD. It is complaining this command has to be run under the root user. That's kind of interesting. Apparently my configuration is not alright, and by default it is trying to install HTTPD not as the root user. You remember why? Well, that is because of the template setting. In the template, create something. Here we go. we have the template, and we need to set enable privilege escalation, because otherwise it won't do the privilege escalation. So now that we are talking about these templates, I also need to go to remove something. Remove something. And in remove something, I am going to enable privilege escalation as well. So I'm saving. I'm getting back to the list of templates, and I am trying to run this this workflow template again. So here we go, workflow template. Let's go. In case you are wondering what exactly was going wrong, let's get back to the error. No error handling paths found, marking workflow as filled. That is related to the notification that has been created. There's a notification, but we do not actually have anything to send out the emails. So you know what? Let's remove the notification as well, because it doesn't really make sense to send notifications if you know that notifications are not going to work. So there we go, back to the details. Just want to make sure that these changes are saved. Again, in Ansible Tower, you better click save once too many than not often enough. And now I'm clicking launch, and we will try again. HTTPD, there we go. And I'm launching. And we can see what is going on. It's currently running. And you can even click the details to get information about what exactly is going on. So we can see it completed successfully. And back to the jobs, on the job template, we can see my workflow right here. And my workflow has successfully worked on create something as well as remove something. Of course, this workflow doesn't make sense because we first run a job that installs HTTPD, then we run a job that removes HTTPD. But you can easily imagine workflows that do make sense. Now, there is a limit though. When are you going to put everything in one single playbook, and when are you going to put everything in a workflow? Well, a workflow is something that you can easily use to work with playbooks that have been provided by different teams. That is the idea behind a workflow. So if you want your Windows administrators to set up their Windows stuff and your Linux administrators to set up their Linux stuff, and no matter what you are using, you want to do your thing before or after, that is where a workflow has use. So workflows are the resource that you want to do to get beyond what an individual team is doing.